The day is finally here. World War III's veteran alpha test is available to everybody who purchased the early access version on Steam. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly with this revamped version of this modern military FPS. Like the video and subscribe for more multiplayer FPS content. So this veteran alpha test gives us access to 2 different game modes with 2 maps per each mode. Tactical Ops is your 20v20 objective-based game with 2 teams fighting over control of maps in Polyarny and Moscow. TDM is, well, it's TDM. I actually wasn't able to try this mode today because the connection just didn't work, but it does come with 2 maps as well. Now, visually, the game has become way more vibrant and colorful due to lighting changes and polished to some of the more dull areas of the map. The graphics themselves, in my opinion, have been downgraded slightly to serve to better performance and optimization. Some textures on walls and debris around the map, they just look ugly. But the game itself, I think, still looks great for a AA or an indie FPS. The new animation update that we were waiting for is on full display here. Just comparing the reload and the movement animations is pretty incredible to see side by side. The new reworked areas of these maps are pretty cool too. This new B objective in Moscow, it's really fun to have shootouts in. The basements in Polyarny are more cramped and kind of closed in. These balconies above the basement entrances in Polyarny, they need to be shifted up though. Sprinting and trying to hit that door during a firefight, you actually bump your head on the balcony sometimes, and it's actually a major pain in the ass to get into these areas. Now, audio is one of the areas that I feel this game took a major step back. Everything within this game just feels either tinny or really muffled. Explosions at some points don't even sound like anything. Gunshots are so hard to hear, let alone track to figure out what direction you're being shot from, and footsteps are basically non-existent. I'm actually pretty sure that footsteps are client-side because I can't hear anybody rolling up. I've been killed so much by someone 10 feet either to my right or left, and I couldn't even hear anything. I've gotten a response from my games where they say that the audio in the game is an important part of the tactical nature of the gameplay and locating your enemies, so it has been reworked. However, audio is still work in progress. We're working on various aspects, with the major one being directional audio, but also effects, music, and etc., and we hope to present the changes in future tests. Obviously, it's a PR response. This is an alpha, and I understand that. It's just really weird coming from where we were 3 years ago. The audio, the explosions, the gunshots actually sounded like where they were coming from, and it actually sounded good to listen to this. I'm not sure if it's something to do with performance or whatever, but it needs a serious rework. Customization is on full show here, which is kind of to be expected. You can now customize your character and weapons down to all of the attachments. All of the camos and weapon skins are locked during this test, so it's only the weapons themselves and your basic character model that you can customize. The way it used to work was you earned credits after every match that can be used to purchase whatever attachments you wanted for whatever weapon you chose. Now it's all tied to progression for your character and your loadouts. The more you use, say, an M4, the more you unlock the attachments for that weapon specifically. One thing I would like to see is challenges for certain camos and skins. This would give incentive to players for using different loadouts and weapon combinations, so hopefully that's something we see in the future. I really like what they've done to kind of show that you're leveling your M4 or your character. It has a little prompt up on screen with a little audio snippet, and it just looks really good. It's very reminiscent of something you would see in a game like Call of Duty, and for, again, a AA or an indie FPS, it's just really, really good. It's starting to come together in like a whole cohesive project, and this is something that I've been waiting for a long time for World War III. One thing I will say is this game is feeling more like a free-to-play title. The recoil and kind of the feel of some of these weapons that we had back in World War III, it had a unique feel to it, and now a lot of that has kind of gone to the wayside. They've completely redone weapon recoil and gunplay, and while I do have fun playing the game, It's definitely lost that old World War III feel. So if you're looking for that old school World War III gameplay just with updated visuals and audio and you know, UI and customization, it's not quite there yet. It definitely does feel like a different experience, but I am having a good time with it. I was jumping in there today with people from the community. We were running tanks, and it was just a really, really good time. I think once this game kind of moves further along in development, because even though it's been in development for however many years, this is still an alpha build of the new version of World War III. It feels like it still has a long way to go, but it's made so much progress since we've played last. If you guys own World War III on Steam, you can go to your Steam library right now and you can download the PTE. That allows you to get into this veteran alpha test. This is only for people who purchased the game while it was on Steam, whether it was a sale or whatever else. Now, the one thing that you see kind of littered throughout this build that we actually don't have access to yet is the shop and the battle pass. So when you go to customize your weapon, say, there is a shop button under every single weapon. There's a battle pass system, and we do know, based on changing my character name in game, that once you do it after the first time, you get a free one. The second one costs premium currency. So we do know that there is monetization coming to this game, and I decided to just take notes during the stream and then ask them straight out about the monetization in terms of premium currency and operators, and what are you guys going to be selling within this game. And the response that they gave is a pretty PR response, but I want to say it here. We fully understand how important questions about monetization are to the community. We're not quite ready to cover the entire spread of how the monetization of the game will work, but all currently planned purchasable items in the game are of cosmetic nature. So currently planned and future plans obviously could change, but right now I am happy with that response. If something changes in the future and they start selling us pay-to-win guns, or you're able to bypass all of this grinding and just buy attachments, then we have a real problem on our hands. But I can't judge them on something that could happen in the future. My games has a pretty tainted history with games like Warface, making that game completely pay to win, and I know a lot of people have been badgering them to try and get answers onto how they're going to make this game either the same or different from their past games, and I am going to be holding them to a standard. Farm 51 told us right off the bat that they want to make sure that nothing in this game can give an advantage to a player who comes in and drops money. I hope that's the case moving forward. Their answer here today says everything is cosmetic. I'm not quite sure what that looks like yet because we haven't seen it inside of a build, but I hope to get more information on that soon, and when we do, I'll be sure to cover it. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. World War III is back on the menu. I actually had a really good time playing today. I'm excited for the future tests. I'm going to try and drop some more gameplay here in the coming weeks from this test so we can kind of hold ourselves over until whenever they decide to do another either veteran alpha test or an open beta for everybody to jump into. And I'll be sure to give you guys all of the information, all of the changes. This is definitely the channel to be following for World War III content. Leave a like on the video. It helps drive it through the algorithm. And if you guys are here for World War III and you're not subscribed, well, what are you doing? Click the sub button down below. My name is Big Fry. I want you guys to have an awesome day. Thank you for clicking on this video and giving me a chance. I appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next one.